bear with me. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to stay notified. The little dangly thing on the bottom, it should be like right... I'm going to get it wrong, but it should be like right around there. Hit that subscribe button. You know where we at. Thank you for watching thus far. If you hate me and you hate my guts because I shit on your favorite conservative people all the time, tell them to stop being horrible human beings and I'll stop shitting on them. When they bring actual ideas into the marketplace of ideas, then we'll have a reasonable, rational debate in which I'll use facts and I don't use non sequiturs. Interesting. That's a slip of the tongue that almost is going to get me caught on live stream fails for being a fucking idiot. Sorry, it's been a long stream and I'm tired. Tell your conservative friends to stop being fucking racist bigots and maybe we'll have a, decent conversation. Until then, we will continue to slam dunk these motherfuckers. Okay. You know what time it is. MTG, Freedom Patriot, the woman, the person, Congresswoman, Christian wife, mom, small business owner, proud American, 100% pro-life, pro-gun, pro-Trump. Just saying, you probably shouldn't have pro-Trump in your bio anymore because he's not the president. And one day I'm going to have a hour-long debate with somebody, which is coming so fucking soon. I'm going to have an hour-long debate with somebody on the massive amount of, Donald Trump started the MAGA movement and we're still following it. That's cool, but you shouldn't follow Donald Trump anymore. Which leads me to, again, repeating the same thing I've repeated for a long time. You should probably not have tweeted this a day after the insurrection. Like, just don't do that. Just don't do it. Ooh, I love that. I love clicking that shit and it's suspended. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to here because she tweeted new shit. Some fuck. Yeah, I'd be having this shit geared up and then she'll tweet some new shit or it'll refresh and I'm like, damn, I gotta go back now. Okay, I'm back and the left should be very afraid. I've got take down the left's lies. I don't even want to deal with that. One day I'll probably tune into that shit. We are being invaded and Joe Biden invited them all. Some DHS officials are predicting that the U.S. is on track for 200,000 illegal immigrants entering each month. CBP is protecting that 13,000 unaccompanied children crossing the border. But again, this is completely false. Nothing has changed except there is a backlog caused by inhumane policies of former admin. The only way she can stay relevant is by scaring us all that we are losing our whiteness. This makes our nation weaker, not stronger. We must see through this. Thank God. Invited. Do tell. Do you think Joe Biden sent the fancy wedding style invite, or was it an evite? I bet Dr. Jill sends the invites. 13,000 is a far cry from 200K, but my big question is, why do you care so much? These people want to come here for the American dream, which will increase the economy and power of America. Correct? Did they get all the person? Yeah. Okay. This is like, at this point, they're just literally like this invasion Trump sent out invitations for. Marge is lying. Marjorie G. We could try to distract from the insurrection. Yep. This is what I was talking about earlier. This was in the, this is I'm not even gonna read these because that's fucking stupid. This is what I was talking about with the Dan Crenshaw thing. It's gonna keep coming up now because now that they're getting caught in lies, they just have to do the thing that they always do and just scream, listen. Literally, you can look at the graph. We had 100,000 family unit and accompanied child minors, and we had our lowest single adult apprehensions in 2019. This was under Trump's office. We were literally apprehending more and more and more. And then around 2019, around the July, it sharply dropped down. And it kept dropping down. And then we got into COVID season. And once COVID hit, Title II expulsion begins, and that's when you started seeing more people coming in and Biden taking office. So he literally inherited that immigration protocol, but it was way higher under Trump's order. I'm not here to go back and forth about who's worse or not. I think that our immigration policy as a whole, as an entire country, the way we view immigration is really ridiculous and inhumane at all costs. And we could be doing way more to reinvigorate the immigration process. That's not any of these at all, but that's a big debate that I don't have enough information for. And I would love to be in a debate with somebody who has more information, because I would like to approach this from a more humane perspective. But yeah, it's a lie. Fences don't work now. Sweetie, why does it bother you? As a Christian, I think you would remember the Good Samaritan. They only illegal because you and yours do not want people of color in your world. Yeah. Space lasers. Blah, 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 space lasers. So instead of pointing out the obvious, she's pandering. This is why you shouldn't be a congresswoman. You are pandering to a crowd to push racism to a higher level, and you have way too big an audience, and you just want the hype. I get it. Price of gas in Georgia was $1.77 on November 3rd, 2020. Today it's $2.89. It's been over 3 months since Biden inauguration. Remember when America became a net exporter of oil in 2019? Hard to believe that would be in the past. America first should have stayed. I have to correct myself. It's only been 2 months since Biden has been inaugurated. So much bad has happened, it seems longer. It's amazing how fast Democrats are ruining everything. That's when that happens, when their policies are American last. I hate the fact that it's fucking problematic things here. I feel like he follows me. Oh, I do follow him too. Okay, yeah, because he be shitting on Terrence K. Williams. And we haven't covered Terrence K. Williams in a while on this stream because I've been gone as well. We're going to get back to him on another stream. My president has limited control over the weekly and monthly shifts in gasoline prices. On a short-time horizon, gas prices depend mostly on global supply and demand. And because things are opening back up and people are starting to travel again, of course, oil is going to get more expensive thus far. There are better ways to use your platform. Unite, educate, bring together. Think about what your legacy could be. Don't go down this road. So much bad. Like over 100 million COVID vaccinations are transformative rescue act that helps people. Literally not talking about the GA shooting at all. Not talking about the Atlanta shooting. She didn't talk about the Colorado shooting. We are still a net exporter of oil. I was going to bring that up. So please cite the specific Joe Biden administration policies and actions that you believe are causing increased gas prices. I mean, the Red Sox beat the Dodgers in the 2018 World Series, and I don't even blame your daddy for that. Asking Marge to support a clan is like asking me to run a marathon. I take that bet and know you complete that marathon. Peace. Yeah, obviously. You are unfathomably stupid. Like, you are a sitting congresswoman, and you don't even know how long it's been since Joe Biden has been president. Okay, lumber is way over 100% higher than last year. Appliances, windows, siding, and all building supplies are a major shortage. At costs are high. This is what happens when the government pays people to stay home and not work for a year. Not enough manufacturing. Socialism sucks. Okay, not even going to read the comments real quick because those are a whole bunch of non sequiturs. Let me explain to you why that's a dog whistle for some dumb shit. Okay. Not only is she wrong about lumber, just not only is she wrong about that, but when you really think about it on a like lower case scenario, when you think about the individual person, if people are home all the time, why the fuck would they be worried about getting new windows, getting new siding? If the government doesn't pay people to stay home during a pandemic, they can't afford those things anymore. Those become liberties of the well-off and rich, the middle class and upper middle class and high class and elite. Those people already probably had that shit done, or are not enough benefactors to support an entire industry, even though they could. Yes, I'm looking at you, Kylie. Yeah, Kylie Jenner. Want to go throw a GoFundMe for 60 grand for your makeup artist when you literally have enough money to pay for it and you spend more on outfits. Don't do this. Don't do that. But if you need a reason as to why that's bullshit in the first place, what does this have to do with socialism? Those were Trump bucks that you were hoping to get. You supported Donald Trump when he was like, yo, give people $2,000. They just love that fake outrage shit, bro. This is what happens when the government pays people to stay home and not work for a year. The government did not do that, though. The government did not do that. The government did not fucking do that, though. The government that you are in did not do that. Why would you push the lie knowing that we can see the track record in public? You're doing that shit on purpose. You're trying to own the libs. You're trying to be another Steven Crowder. You are elected. Just take the win and shut the fuck up. I got paid for maybe 3 months tops. Yo, okay, personal story time. I was a teacher. I had to work through the pandemic. I got paid a shit salary. I had to go on unemployment because they let me go. I didn't get no money from no government. I didn't get no money from... I owe taxes. I made less that... In 2020, I made less than I've ever made in my life. And I owe now. What money? Are you talking about the $1,200 plus the $600 plus the $1,400? So you think $3,200 is enough to not work for a year? Like, even if you were so out of touch that you were that out of touch, you couldn't be that out of touch to say out loud that that amount is enough when you come from a district, when you work for a state that certainly wouldn't agree with that. Interesting. Actually, lumber prices have been climbing since early last year. Try Google rather than Google. Can't wait to see the detractors on this one. Exactly, and that's because of higher tariffs on lumber coming from China. One of U.S. largest importer of U.S. lumber is China. U.S. sell lumber to China and buy it back as finished product. Why? It's made more profitable. China's minimum wage is $1.70, meaning low production costs, therefore cheaper goods. I have not only a high-tech lumber mill in my town, but a window manufacturer as well. Neither missed a beat during the pandemic. Low interest rates and urban to rural flux are what driving this. Maybe Burbert can hook you up with a GED. And again, you do realize there is a worldwide health emergency that has killed over 500,000 Americans, right? If Trump hadn't ruined everything, you might be doing better right now, but don't worry, there's a grown-up in charge now. If you hate I hate this joke because I've made this joke so many times. If you hate socialism so much, how come you're always getting publicly owned? They will raise taxes. Mark my word, they will raise taxes. They will want to kill the hardworking people and force them on government assistance. A 35 follower got replied to by Marjorie Taylor Greene. It'll also contain the Green New Deal, the final devastating blow to the U.S. What the fuck, bro? Well, if people could have stayed at home like they were told to and not socialized for a few months, it would have been over as quickly as it began. But people can't do what they're told because they're selfish, impatient, and cause their own pain. Who is responsible? Reality check. Residential construction and boom lumber and building materials and skilled workers is short supply due to COVID. Contractors outlook positive. That ain't socialism. Prices went up because of supply and demand, which has increased due to people staying home and having money to spend. It's simple economics, not socialism. I've seen this lady campaigning in Georgia. Guaranteed she's the hardest working representative in Congress. LOL. LOL. Over AOC. LOL. Lumber prices started soaring while Trump was still in office. Just saying all this is backlash from a majority Republican run government from the last 4 years. Taking a look at the year from April 20 to January 21, lumber prices have been climbing crazy. As a matter of fact, we could take a look at it between July and October. It was reaching around 800 on the NASDAQ price. It's only gone up on the green line over to 1,000, and it's starting to peter back down to its peaks. So literally, that's not true. James O'Keefe posting the Project Veritas shit.
So far, caged kids in overcrowded cells.
I don't even want to watch a video that she retweeted, to be just straight honest with you, but I'll do it anyway. A new video that exposes Democrats' stunning hypocrisy on conditions at the borders. They don't want you to see this. Retweet so everyone does. If we didn't want you to see it, if they don't want us to see it, then you wouldn't be posting it. Pre-Biden. Let's see what Steve who the fuck is this? I remember this guy. Yeah, he's the Louisiana guy.
So far, caged kids in overcrowded cells.
The United States is running concentration camps on our southern border.
Children are torn from their families and thrown into cages.
When we have children being housed in cages, crying for their mommies and daddies, we know we are better than this.
President Biden being accused and criticized for total hypocrisy. He has reopened the exact same child migrant detention center in Texas that he once himself bashed the Trump administration for operating.
This is not kids being kept in cages. This is kids. This is a facility that was opened.
7,300
Oh, God. Let her finish that quote, though.
unaccompanied migrant children were transferred into a network of shelters.
But back then, it was called a tent city where kids were kept in cages.
It will be nothing like what we saw in the Trump administration.
The number of children in custody.
I hate the music that they put behind this, too, like it's some epic battle build-up shit.
It was than its 2019 peak during the Trump administration.
I don't necessarily think that it's appropriate for journalists to be inside centers that are not permanent places for children.
And so you got to wonder, why won't they let us see? Because it's messy.
I believe that right now there's a crisis at the border.
I think that the answer is no.
Travel to the southern border, sir? Not at the moment.
And Joe won't even go see it himself. Did Trump ever go down to that border? Yes, he did. He made speeches at the border because, you know, he's busy. Like, he's busy. This plant closing and job losses is on the Dems, the so-called blue-collar Joe Biden. Pennsylvania unions avoid as little to save. Okay, it's New York Post. He was never in the centers, was he? No. They're closing because of downward demand for paper, not because of climate change demands. What nonsense you spread to stay relevant. Thank you for the fact check. Can't wait to see the detractors. Thank you for that. I will hit you with a follow, actually, for that. Hit you with a follow for that. Sorry, Joe is not responsible for a management decision to not upgrade the facility. They chose to close rather than upgrade and save the plant. It really is as simple as that. So instead of me doing that and just taking Twitter at face value, we will do a quick fact check. A union support of Biden does little to save members' job in Pennsylvania. If you receive the stimulus check in the mail, there's a good chance the men and women who work here produce the paper it's printed on, and yet there would be no stimulus factory which produces carbonless security paper for official documents like car titles and house deeds. Mitchell Berger endorsed president's job. He kept it safe. Last year we started layoffs. We never thought we'd close. Last month he thought he was, and then the mill leadership, including men, just closing down April 1st, and then they got up and left the room and said us to vent with each other. In 2018, Apvion was sold to a private equity group. Now they have decided to sell off their carbonless paper business to another corporation. The company blamed the plant's closure on restrictions caused by COVID-19. Locals claim that's just the hassle of it. They also speculate that inevitable climate change demands from the Biden administration would have forced Apvion to make costly upgrades, like when the plant underwent an expensive retrofit so it could meet new emission standards set by the Obama administration. So they're just not upgrading. They're just not upgrading. Yeah, they're just not upgrading. Oh, God, just please let me read something. For once in my fucking life, just let me read something. I just want to read something. You have run out of free articles. Bitch, you took the free article away from me when you... Okay. Okay, we're doing it like this now. But anyway, we got the fact check on that. That wasn't hard to find out. Hey, follow me back. I appreciate that. I'm on the wrong tab. So you agree climate change is inevitable. More jobs on the fire pit about it. What's now the 1.3 million jobs cut since January. We later had a growth in jobs. New York Post figures. This plant was scheduled to be closed in the Trump watch. We just read that. We just read that. They were supposed to close in 2020, and they finally hit the thread there. I don't even want to read that. How is it right to give illegal aliens hotel rooms while homeless veterans are on the streets? You're so close to the fucking point. You are so close to the fucking point. Oh, you're so close. Oh, you're so fucking close. Oh, you are so fucking close to the point. And to death. So here, let's try this. Why didn't we give homeless veterans a hotel in the first place? Like Dem or Rep. Like Dem or Rep. Wallin', bro. Wilding out. Wrong. Anyway, thanks for retweeting that. Joe Biden did this, breaking these photos and taking to the inside of it. All these were shared by Axios by Rep. Why don't you offer some suggestions? Constant tweets begging for money, but no insights or solution. Anyone who sends you money to be reelected should take a better look at what they're wasting their money on. Europeans, aka whites, stole this land from people of color. Karma has people of color coming back to their land. And what do you exactly have them house them? Would you do, Marjorie, would be a suggestion? Do you have anything constructive adding or taking up space? Because I heard even your district is getting tired of you. Which they are. That is a true fact. The district, her district is getting massively upset that they're being represented by her, but just doesn't have the will to put anybody else up until election time because they know that she was literally elected with, she ran unopposed. Millions of illegal immigrants set to get $4.38 billion in Biden COVID cash. Let's say this is true. The language used in this bill was the same as used in the previous two stimulus packages, which means Republicans had no issue with certain illegal immigrants receiving stimulus checks as long as a Republican was president. That is correct. Did they pay taxes? If they did, that's the only way they'd be getting this. The source is a white nationalist immigration think tank. Yep, Washington Examiner. Too easy. All people are of immeasurable value in the eyes of God. You did not retweet this. You did not spend this whole time talking about illegal immigrants and everything being stolen and jobs and shit, and then say all people are of immeasurable value in the eyes of God. Oh my God. Thank you to the 10,000 great American patriots from all 50 states who contributed $360,000 to my re-election campaign over the last 96 hours. What the fuck, bro? You voted against the COVID relief bill. Where are they getting the money? You could have voted for the COVID relief bill, and then they could have used that money. Oh my God. And the grifting continues to go unbothered. Oh, nothing.
America elected Joe Biden. This is a wake-up call for Republicans.
Oh, okay. So we haven't talked about Matthew Cook in ages. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to. Disinformation was deliberate. 93% were peaceful. Your response proves why it wasn't reported like this on Repub Sporting MSM. Yep. I'm not going to do Matthew Cook segments until a long while later. I don't have a problem with him. There's nothing wrong with him, to be honest with you. I'm not even beginning to start to talk about him in the sense that something's wrong with him. He's just a lot to unpack, but he does very deep speeches, put it to you that way. And he hit some great notes when Trump was president, and I would love to go back in there, but I haven't watched him in a while because I've obviously been making my own content. Anyway, the grift continues. Why are you watching this after 25 minutes? It's probably because, you're sick of this bitch. I'm sick of this bitch. I just refuse to get down and dirty with it because I'm trying to, keep it on the fact-based side. Keep it on the Biden's team wasn't ready for legitimate press scrutiny because they didn't get any during the election. ABC News on Biden's border crisis, no preparation. He owns his tone deaf, doesn't have a plan. Joe Biden purposely and intentionally implemented policies that led to this disaster on our southern border. Impeach Biden. Okay, you're wilding now. You're wilding now. Even if you wanted to go on that route, then wouldn't you impeach Trump for the exact same thing? A guy went on a rampage with a gun he brought that day and killed 8 people in your state, and you've said nothing. Are these policies better? LMAO. Everyone was outraged that I had the audacity to call for a motion to adjourn to do anything I could to stop the disastrous $1.9 trillion Biden spending spree. Now some on the left agree how bad it is. Next time I make a MTA a motion to adjourn, all R's should vote with me. That's bad. She's trying to pull the Trump card. She's trying to pull the Guys, give me 1 second. Something was supposed to pop up here that I didn't see pop up. Let me check. Okay. Give me 1 second, sorry. Fuck, this is on YouTube, so you gotta keep going with it. This is a definition of obstruction. She literally just admitted to obstructing the People's Congress purely because she didn't agree with the bill they were about to vote on. She's trying to prevent them from voting. No, Marjorie, they don't agree with you. They're saying it should have included the minimum wage hike. Big difference. You did it to just be against them. No $1,400 for your constituents. All the while you claimed you raised over $350,000 from none in 2 days. Now you're trying to distract. You do realize you will never be reelected. If it's so bad, then why were our colleagues so quick to take credit for it? You're just mad that Biden did something. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so much disaster. It's literally here. See, this is where you start talking about fucking the gulag for certain people. This is again, we're going into gulag level. Like you're literally grifting. Now we're gonna read the article she posted. Larry Summers, a top economist, blasted by a speaker on Bloomberg. He's outlined his prediction for the economy. I think this is the least responsible macroeconomic policy we had in the last 40 years. I think fundamentally it's driven by intransigence on the Democratic left and intransigence completely unreasonable behavior on the whole of the Republican Party. Summers warned that there was a 1/3 chance that inflation would accelerate over the next several years, with the U.S. possibly facing stagflation, economic stagnation. Summers also warned that the U.S. wouldn't see inflation because the Federal Reserve would hit the brakes, destabilizing the markets and shaking the economy close to recession. Okay, there's nothing here that supports what you're saying about how bad it is. Okay, you're just posting random ass. You're just posting random ass Facebook comments. Needing constant praise is a sign of extremely low self-esteem. I stand with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Why? You don't have to own dumb shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is bad. America was built by the people. I will not stop until we return it to the people. We live in the greatest country in the world. I intended to keep it away for all of our children. You literally voted against shit.
Problem with Democrats.
I'm not going to watch that. Jesus, she's milking people all to death, bro. Democrats in Congress are trying to expel me because I'll always have your back, but I will never back down because I know you have mine. It'll always be people over politicians. You literally sided with the insurrectionists that tried to get people killed. You are not doing this. You are not doing this. You are not doing this. Okay, this was the whole thing. Democrats stripped Marjorie Taylor Greene from committees, but allowed Eric Swalwell to stay on the Intel committee, even though he's compromised by his relationship with a Chinese spy. Pelosi risks our national security or partisan games and tyranny of the majority. It's time for this wall around the Capitol to come down. Welcome to Fort Pelosi. Did you have that printed? What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I know your eyes are half a millimeter apart, 3 names, but in case you missed it, just 1 day ago, a wanted man was arrested outside the entrance of the VP's residence. He had an AR-15, 113 rounds of unregistered ammunition, and 5 30-round magazines. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's crazy. These women put up signs to get women the right to vote. You put up signs to demean and denigrate women. Why is that? Holy shit, bro. Why would you do this? Welcome to Fort Pelosi. You work there. You worked there, even if it was like a thing that you didn't want to happen. It's protecting you. Like, even at the worst case scenario of anything that I could talk about today, at the end of this all, this is your statement. And we talk about the Dems posturing for minority votes. We talk about the Dems consistently like creating a narrative that there is an evil boogeyman that like all minorities have to vote around to get away from. But holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. We're going to end this segment here. Marjorie Taylor Greene is an asshole. Whether you like her or not, that's not the person we need in government. Whether you think she stands for freedom, the American dream, whatever, that's not who we need. That's bad. That's fucking bad.